Alright everyone, take a seat, trickle in, that's right. Before we get anywhere near today's video, I'm going to read directly from a Kilmarnock fan who saw the big incident. Every single person knows what the incident is, so let's hear directly from a fan that saw it with their very own eyes. Starts off with this. Alfredo Morelos is a low-life, cheated, vile, dirty scumbag. Not a good start. We had a clear view, and Backman did nothing to him. I bet he just dropped like he'd been shot. What the F is the point of even turning up to these games? You get done every time. Morelos is a horrid excuse for a human being. How can Rangers fans applaud him for such antics? He is the dirtiest, most disgusting cheat I have seen in Scottish football for years. I've had to come to the toilet to calm down because I'm so angry that I'm struggling to breathe. And I had to get my inhaler out. F the SFA. That comes from a key witness. Couple of things just to clear up. Alfredo Morelos wasn't involved in the incident. It was actually Glenn Kamara. So, first thing. Second, probably get that inhaler checked.
Glorious. No, I won't give in till I'm victorious.
Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back with another brand new video. Rangers versus Kilmarnock. You knew it was going to be fireworks, but you didn't know it was just Rangers setting them off in the direction of the Kilmarnock players. But just in case you're new around here and if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please consider doing so and help the channel on our way towards 55k. But yeah, let's just dive into it then, shall we? 3, 2, 1. Rangers 5. Kilmarnock 0. Now, Kilmarnock did score 0 goals. They had 0 shots, 0 on target as well. Pretty consistent day for them. Stevie Clark will be happy. Come on, you knew it was coming. I know referees are crap and I still stand by that, but the jokes are just far too easy. And when you're desperate for content like I am, you're going to use them. Now, I actually did miss the first 5 minutes of this game, and I've got to give a massive shout out to Ashley Jack, obviously the wife of Ryan Jack, for helping me view the game. And the first thing I literally saw was Tavernier using his hard work and effort, getting amongst it, passing to Daniel Candeias. Candeias drills it low and across the box with Alfredo Morelos. Now, he doesn't connect with it cleanly, and he's a bit of yard out, but thankfully the ball goes into the back of the net, and the guy was back, and he's back amongst the frickin' goals. And yes, we're going to speak a lot about Alfredo Morelos, but we need to focus on Candeias, right? Because in the first half alone, he had 2 crosses, 2 assists. In the previous 2 matches when Morelos wasn't playing, he didn't connect one single cross in 180 frickin' minutes. What's happening? I mean, he's a completely different player. It's like he's on a different level with Alfredo Morelos than any other striker we've had at the football club, and he seemed really up for it. So did Tavernier. Well worked first goal, and the man of the season, the man who's keeping us from the banter era single-handedly, basically, Alfredo Morelos is there to smash it into the net. And you're thinking to yourself, yes, that is what we need. The perfect start versus a very tough Kilmarnock side, and from there we just continue to go up and up and up. It was a completely different machine than it was versus St Johnstone, and even Kilmarnock in the first game. We were hungry, we were fighting, we were going freaking forward, and around about the 25th minute the incident actually happened. Now, just in case you haven't actually seen the incident yet, it was a corner kick. Now, Glenn Kamara was between the goalkeeper and Powell. He was in between them, sort of wrestling, like the standard thing that you do see every single game. Now, when it first happened, I was like, what's happened? Why is the goalkeeper being shown a red card? It was actually Powell that shoved him. I was laughing on Twitter. You saw the reactions. I was laughing, saying, these referees are so crap. They're just so mince. No wonder they're actually getting freaking replaced. But then when you actually watch the replay back and you have to kind of look at it in slow motion, the goalkeeper puts his hand up, and for whatever reason it goes like that. Like, it's nothing vicious. I wouldn't say it was like as bad as the Powell kick on Ryan Jack, which was only a yellow card, by the way. But it's just silly and needless from the goalkeeper. He does sort of flick his arm out. It ends up hitting Glenn Kamara in the face. He drops like a spud, and then the referee sends the goalkeeper off, thanks to the linesman who called the referee over and said it was an aggressive, violent conduct with an elbow. And I'm very interested to see how Stevie Clark actually challenges this, because the last time he had a player sent off for a kind of 50-50 that probably wasn't a red card, he was fine with it, and that was against Celtic. He was like, yeah, sometimes these happen, sometimes they didn't, and he sort of moved on from there. So it'll be very interesting to see what the man has got to say. Me personally, when I first saw it, I laughed at it. I was like, these referees are awful. It's never a red card, but it's just needless and silly. What's the goalkeeper doing? Like, nobody can explain to me why he does that movement in the first place. Yes, Glenn Kamara makes probably the most of it, but until we see a crystal clear HD version of it, I'm not going to come out here and say that Glenn Kamara's faking contact. From the videos that I posted on Twitter, the links for that will be down in the description if you want a better view at it. You can clearly see the goalkeeper flicks his elbow and it looks like it hits him in the nasher. And just in case you're wondering why Rangers wasn't given a penalty kick, it's because it happened before the ball was actually kicked. I think that's the rule. I know this new SFA compliance officer mixes and matches a rule, but I'm pretty sure the ball still needs to be in play before a penalty can actually be given. We didn't take the corner yet, and that's why it was a red card and we got made to take the corner again. But anyway, let's move on from the referees making about them and get back to the actual football. Then from there we did continue to put pressure on, knocking at the door, but the second goal of the game actually came around about the 45th minute from a delicious cross from Daniel Candeias. Power pinpoint. It was wonderful. Just the flight of the ball. Alfredo Morelos, once again, they've got that kind of telepathic link and he's there to header it into the back of the net, and you could tell by his face that he just wanted more. But I certainly wouldn't say it was just Alfredo Morelos that wanted more. The way we went about the second half, the substitutions that was made, the way that every single player performed throughout the entire game, it looked like they really wanted to put a statement performance out there. And round about the 74th minute, when Andy Halliday was introduced, it really kicked into life. I mean, Andy Halliday's form at left back, surely he's got to be starting. I mean, by form alone, he's absolutely fantastic, and the way that he took his goal was wonderful. Ryan Kent heavily involved once again, beating people for fun. Cuts it back to Andy Halliday, who hits it first time and rifles it into the top of the corner. By the way, when he hit it, I thought he ballooned it over the bar because he hit it so viciously, but he just rattled it into the net and he ran all the way to the bench, kind of Jordan Jones-esque, right to the bench and celebrated with Jermaine frickin' Defoe. And within 60 seconds of Andy Halliday getting his goal, Alfredo Morelos stepped up and completed his hat-trick in beautiful El Buffalo fashion. Running out wide, power, pace, strength, just beating people for fun. The Kilmarnock players can't even close the distance and he rifles it into the back of net. Just pure power. I'm pretty sure the ball was already in the back of net by the time the goalkeeper dived. It was a raspberry ripple, as they say. No one says that? Ah, damn. And even after the fourth goal rifled into the back of the net, Rangers weren't done there. They continued to put pressure on, try shots from outside the box, whip crosses in, push people forward. They were absolutely ruthless in this game, and all the talks about where's Gerrard's statements right to the players, should he be doing that? If they're going to come out and respond like that, he can do it any freaking time he wants as far as I'm concerned. And the fifth goal of the game came once again from Ryan Kent, doing wonders out on the left hand side, whips a delicious ball in, it almost falls to Kyle Lafferty, gets cleared away very well by the defender, and sort of rebounds, ricochets, Ryan Jack's got involved, Candeias is involved, but eventually falls to Alfredo Morelos, who flicks it over to his left foot. He just rifled one in with his right foot, but he flicks over his left foot and he rifles that one just like an arrow into the bottom corner. He's just got everything to his game, and as the season's gone by, he's just completely different player. Right foot, left foot, it doesn't frickin' matter. And for the second time this season, Alfredo Morelos scores 4 goals versus Kilmarnock. Only this time, the referee doesn't incorrectly rule out a goal as he did in the previous frickin' game. But that was it. The goals finally halted on the Rangers side of things, bar an offside goal by Kyle Lafferty, but the stats were just ridiculously in favour of Rangers in this game. I know a lot of people's going to pick and point fun at the red card, but the same people wasn't picking and speaking up when the Powell incident happened. Quite weird, that, isn't it? Yeah, it's just selective viewing. But Rangers had 18 shots, 8 on target. Kilmarnock had 0, 0 and 36% of the ball. And to summarise the whole game, Rangers wore them like a hat. But that is it, all done and dusted on my side of things. What did you think of the game? Let me know your reactions and recaps down in the comment section below. That is why the channel exists. Now, it's time to jump over to Twitter and read out the people's opinion. I genuinely can't wait for this. 1,012 votes already. There's still 19 minutes left. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for getting involved. As you can imagine, the man of the match poll was Alfredo, El Buffalo, Morelos and Morales. That's the 4 I listed for the 4 goals. Now, Morelos got 7% and Morales got 15% of the vote. El Buffalo and Alfredo shares the rest of the vote with 39%. But as it's so late at night, let's do this rapid fire then, shall we? First one comes in from Stevie Brown. He says, Alfredo is the only player in the team that's undroppable. Best striker in Scotland. Undoubtedly top performance. 55 says 5 sponsor breaks is a must, CJ. You want a sponsor break? Okay, 55. Grab your refreshments, everyone. 3, 2, 1. Sponsor break. Sonny Stevenson's writes in, man of the match, Fredo any day of the week. And oh yeah, Johnny Curry says the boy up front for Rangers was actually alright. Ethan says loved it, straight to the point and put them to bed. Tony Wilson writes in, heading back from the game, Kamara was definitely man of the match until wee Buffalo got his third and his fourth. Yeah, we've not really broke down the individual player reviews, but I thought everyone really stepped up tonight, and I actually really rate that midfield. Ryan, Jack, Kamara and Arfield, that was much, much better than the midfield that played versus St Johnstone. Moving on then, Scott says Morelos is the best player in the league and Kamara is unreal. Ian writes, Kamara definitely deserves a shout. Free Katic's Alfredo, of course. And the last 2 or 3 that we'll have to read out come from Robert. It says, could be anyone but El Buffalo, stunning performance, great win. Big shout to the Candyman as well for the free assist tonight. Stuart Roy says, that's much better. Now let's keep this going. Alfie Mo says Alfredo Morelos, man. And the last one we'll actually read out comes from bang. I almost clicked off the poll there, that was quite embarrassing. Andrew Tate writes in, Andy Halliday, wee man came on at 2-0, pushed us on to 5-0, and that has 5 in it. Halliday's number is 16. The fourth root of that is 2, and 2 5s together are 55. Wee man knows things. But that's actually it. You've heard from the people directly. You've heard my recap. If you haven't done so already, you know what to do by now, down in the comment section below. And while you guys are there, if you don't mind hitting a like button, that'd be greatly, greatly appreciated. Shout out to the 51 Strong on the Patreon account. If you would like to join them, the link for that is down in the description below. I've been CJ Over92. Thanks so much for watching, and bye-bye.